Fantastic. Glad to have you back for another Venza reaction video. Daniel Johnson from The Hague coming out to you. I've got Sean Shields from the Atlanta headquarters. Hey, Sean. Good to have you. He's waving there. So today we've got a couple friends that are back for more damage. Going to see what they can come up with from with a raw reaction to an article that they've not seen. So, but before we get to the article, why don't you both introduce yourselves? Ladies first. Alissa, would you mind?
Sure, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Alissa Guler. I'm the Corporate Director of CRM for the Rosewood Hotel Group, and I am broadcasting from the Rosewood Baha Mar in Nassau today. Pleasure to be on the call.
Fantastic. We were saying before the recording that anyone else in a future reaction video is going to have to try to compete with that background because that is stunning. Fantastic. Arthur, tell us about yourself.
My name is Arthur Leliveld, CEO and founder of Index Hospitality Systems and broadcasting from an actual ship in Amsterdam. Not a view, but experience.
Which is very cool as well. So you two have brought, you are the A game players today in the reaction video recording. So glad to have you. Now Sean is going to share a little article, and don't worry about reading the article, but just give us your feedback on the concept. This is from Skift. Great articles from that source. We often share articles from Skift in our reaction videos. This one is about independent hotels and their leveraging of technology to become more competitive. The article explains, and I think both of you can probably expand on this, how gaining access to innovative technology in the past has been somewhat challenging for smaller independent hotels, but this is about a trend that's out there in hotels because they're smaller, being able to be maybe a little bit more agile and more experimental with innovative tech. So why don't we, Alissa, you went first before Arthur. What are your thoughts with regards to the distribution of new technologies from with small independents versus the bigger brands, and how things are playing out with innovative technology in hospitality these days?
I think it's very true that tech has become more available in general, and then obviously if you don't have the corporate engine behind you that will slow you down in making decisions, inevitably any small brand will be able to talk directly to an owner and make a decision and move on their technology stack. So today I was searching for a place to stay for my next trip in Dubai, and searched on 3 platforms, and the amount of independent offerings you get. So none of the traditional large brands, but individual small properties is amazing. So yeah, yes, it has changed, absolutely, which is a positive.
So it's democratized a lot of the technology out there, and then, as you say, smaller brands, they can talk to the owners, so there's agility in making decisions. Yeah,
exactly.
Alissa, what is it from a hotelier's perspective? What is your thought? What are your thoughts on this?
It's very interesting. I do like the agility of being an independent hotel and being able to, not have to work with so many different data silos, because you can make decisions for your property specific. And then even within that, you want to make sure you don't have data silos between your food and beverage, your property management system, your spa, and all the different online and offline touch points for guests. I do like that hotels are being more innovative, but I also want to be mindful that don't build an app just to have an app like everyone else. Maybe your hotel doesn't need an app. Sometimes people don't know what technology they really need. And maybe your hotel just needs a messaging platform, text, SMS, or whatever, just to communicate with a guest versus a whole app. Nobody wants to download anything. You don't want to have a really cumbersome login experience. So you really have to think about what's right for your customer, what's right for your environment, and what's right that your staff can manage. You also don't want to take on technology that nobody knows how to use. So I think the real important piece is understanding what's the right fit for your brand and for your property, as well as what is your customer adoption strategy. And that's kind of where I come in as a CRM subject matter expert is getting people excited and pumped up around data, which is not really in their wheelhouse. And once I can show them how to make data actionable, data comes from technology, that's when people start to see the value cycle in it. So be mindful of getting into something that's too big for what your current need is, and a vendor will sell you anything, of course. They'll also sell you a PowerPoint with half the stuff isn't built yet. So really know the right questions to ask as well with your vendors, and really understand what you're getting. Having that conversation, knowing what questions to ask is going to get the right product for your guests. And I think that's an important topic.
It's a big challenge, right? Knowing what to questions to ask, and that's going to stem from knowing what it is that you are looking to accomplish and being clear on what you want to accomplish. So always, you're tapping into the adage of it's quality over quantity. It's not about more tech, but it's the right tech.
The right tech.
Right? Yeah, fantastic. Good stuff. Anything else to share, Arthur or Alissa, on this topic?
I could talk about this topic all day, actually. I know this is a short reaction video, but technology is really exciting, and it's really interesting to see where it's going from, digital interactive television experiences and digital displays and digital signage, and being able to take content with you and mobile first. And, people are getting away from email addresses. I know that in the WeChat world, we no longer use email addresses. So it's interesting to see how you engage with people on which device and on which platform. Another thing to think about too internationally. So there's a huge conversation around that. Just glad to be a part of it today.
Yeah. There's just so many, and there's so many. There are services and groups that are out there just helping independent hotels navigate, to understand what the technology can do for them and who to choose. I mean, we've had members just on reaction videos of some of the teams that help small hotels find the technology and be able to curate, of what's out there. It's really great. Arthur, anything else to share before we sign off?
No, I agree. At the end of the day, it's whether the customer journey requires the technology. Just having technology for the sake of would never make sense. So make sure that you are looking for something that you actually need, and that will add something to the customer experience. That's all that matters.
Right.
I agree. So.
Right on. Fantastic. Well, before we sign off, any words of wisdom, Sean Shields?
What Alissa said.
Oh, really?
And because I don't have an original thought, I liked building PowerPoints and selling them unnecessarily to people. It's what I've built my career on. And somebody needs to make those PowerPoints.
Yes. It's good to have a hobby, Sean. That's a beautiful thing. Right. Some people collect stamps. Sean just makes PowerPoints to sell vaporware. That's great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you both, Arthur and Alissa. Fantastic having you. Always lovely chatting with you both. And we will see you next time on another Venza reaction video.
Absolutely. Thank you,
everyone.
See you.
Bye-bye.